get all that, the webcam, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you can have a monitor right here,
Yeah.
and you can see how we can put one up there while you want to do it,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
can see it's real easy to connect to. So
Okay.
our guys said, we got, because I got an Apple computer too. If you got another computer,
Uh,
where you got like a Windows, because
okay.
Apple is really complicated.
Okay. Okay. Well, we gonna get, okay, we gonna pick your brain. We gonna get all that. We gonna get the studio upstairs. Yeah, this museum. Can y'all hear me?
And that way, when you go with the webcam, you can actually look at, you can go on computers, you can pull up pictures and stuff, like your pictures,
Yeah.
your videos up there, you
Yeah.
can pull up pictures and articles and
Yeah.
different things like that.
Yeah. 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 That's okay. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So that's okay. Now I'm holding you to that. We're gonna follow up on that. Heads up, eyes open, the fist clench. Y'all know who this is. Heads up, eyes open, the fist clench. Y'all know who this is. Now we do this. Welcome to another episode of Freedom on Radio, live and direct, locked and loaded. May 24th, 2023. Okay, we in the building. That's what it is, y'all. Y'all can't take a pause for the calls. Open those front doors and back windows. Let them know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So again, Wednesday is about that time. Let me go straight to. Let me go. First and foremost, I'm self-critical. We're getting in a little late, but we're moving and grooving. As you see, we are not at Intellectual Radios. We are at the historical landmark, the historical stomping ground, the Hampton House, the house which Chairman Fred Hampton they grew up in. So again, y'all, we coming a little late, so to go back and let everybody know we live and direct and we locked and loaded, y'all. We was expecting Brother Billy Ray Valentine touchdown with us, so he may be coming in, joining us anytime. Producer, director. He has done a number of different projects. The project that is to be premiered shortly. Actually, they had a premiere already. We're gonna they touch it up. It's a piece called United Nations. In fact, some of it was actually shot right here. You know what I'm saying, inside the Hampton House. So y'all keep abreast on that. We're gonna be keeping y'all abreast on that. He might be tapping in with us shortly. You did. Also, we the upcoming street sign to be named in honor of Tupac Amaru Shakur. Not discussing about Pac, rightfully so, and it's just a conversation that should be consistent. You dig? And it was District 3, Councilwoman Carol Fife, pushed this forward. Also included, amongst other things, so many things with her resume and hat she wears. The street sign in honor of late great Minister Dr. U.E.P. Newton. And that's, some of the things that's significant about those, the role played with that, and we say that politics is like real estate, time and location, all that. The significance, amongst other things, Oakland, California, the birthplace of the Black Panther Party. You dig? And just even flat going through, I haven't got to. I got a call this morning. Have I seen the Pac, the series, latest series on Pac? Dear Mom, I haven't. I'm tempted to wait till I think it concluded to watch it, and I'll give an objective summation. But Pac's connection to Oakland, California, in addition to being a derivative of that political line, that line being the Black Panther Party. MacArthur Boulevard, that area, I just flashed back when I was, my days up there. And in fact, I remember it really, I guess, sparked or recharged, my political growth. Was up there 1989, shortly after got word about the death of Minister U.E.P. Newton. And I recall even with the Uhuru movement up there, on the streets, and I remember going through certain areas, in MacArthur Boulevard in particular. I remember staying, sitting around there, and I remember Foothill, different streets and everything. And so that's significant, like, to make that connection. And we say, like, even the people forget the significance of certain locations. Like, you can look at certain prisons, Attica, Stateville, and it's, in fact, a sister brought to my attention that, I was held down with a brother there, and it's just, those are places that sticks in the minds, the hearts of people for so many reasons. Chairman Fred Hampton Sr. was also held captain in the infamous Stateville, which we even referenced as Deathville due to the amount of brothers that come up dead in that place, you know what I'm saying, from various forms of chemical, biological warfare, AKA the toxicity in the water. In fact, we had a campaign we still been working on with along with Dr. LaShawn, Cassandra Greer, and others, you know what I'm saying, taking the water up into the prison. You know, we just took some, matter of fact, we used to go to Logan prison, take some more supplies down there to them. And people might say, well, don't just, when you hear a term like state property, you think you're supposed to be taken care of, and the basic needs, food, clothing, and shelter. Nothing be further from the truth, you know what I'm saying? And we really want to heighten those contradictions about the horrid conditions that people are subjected to inside these modern day concentration camps. So we're going to tying all that in. But again, right on, when you look at street signs are political. We know those who have a memory can remember around 2004 in Chicago when we had ways of campaign had a street named after Chairman Fred Hampton. And mind you, Chicago, you got streets named after everybody from Hugh Hefner to you name it. It was no big deal. The response, how they came out and fought, to the fraternal order police, the various aldermen, and the fight against the street being named after Chairman Fred. So, and you look up, and in fact, I think Cicero, not Cicero, it was another street, it's some street for this guy, individual is from Rome. And the people from Rome, they said, we don't even respect due. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give them due the street sign, whatever. I can't remember who it is, though. It'll come to me in a minute. But you look up, it impacts you, like even in Chicago, the contradiction about people not know who Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable is. And Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable, one of the first initial non-native inhabitants of Chicago. I don't want to say he discovered Chicago, but one of the first non-native African. He's African. He's married to a native woman named Catherine. He come from Peoria. He's a fur trader. But Lakeshore Drive get recently named in honor of Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable. And you would think this should be a common discussion. But as we've seen a lot of uprisings, when people was challenging certain things like the Columbus statue. In fact, one of the things with the Columbus statues being challenged, the concession was a statue of Chairman Fred was supposed to be built there. And it showed, like, and you look at, we talk about even the Hampton House, we correlated it to the Sphinx in Egypt, in Africa, where Napoleon would shoot the cannons. And you hear like the 21-gun salute. That came from Napoleon's consistently firing the cannonball, the cannon fodder at the nose of the Sphinx in Africa to, as they say, to deface the Negroid, the features, the wide nose, of black people, And so you look up at the street sign, you see certain things like, in Chicago, cats would grow up and they would say, where you from? Cicero, such Pulaski. You would identify with these street names. So it's embedded. It's like a stain in your brain, a mark in your heart. So that's phenomenal to have, that have these leaps, to have discussions and acknowledge, to get the discussion, whether it be school names, street names, whatever, what have you. We also talking about the rodeo coming up. Calls gonna be coming in too. Coming out this Saturday in Pembroke. We talking about the Black Panther Party Cubs, the Hampton House sponsoring. Some children get down there. So whatever support y'all can with us, get that to us at Cash App $ Save the Hampton House. We got a program we're working on called Retreat from the City. Well, I was going to reference a retreat from Chirac, but I battled. I just said, no, I'm going to retreat from the city. I'm going to take these children up out there, down there. We'll do like at least a twice a month thing with them. So again, whatever, so we're going to get into the rodeo going on this Saturday down in Pembroke. So whatever support y'all can, Cash App $ Save the Hampton House, or also at PayPal, Chairman Fred Jr., Chairman Fred Jr. at PayPal. Speaking of politics of horses and everything, so on and so forth. Many of y'all are familiar with the Midwest area in particular, Indiana, Chicago, Dreadhead Cowboy. You know what I'm saying? In fact, this is not his first time, but he has been arrested in Hammond, Indiana. We got him in the house in the Hampton House. He's here in the Hampton House. Give thanks, comrades. He's in the Hampton House. So we're gonna be talking. You know what I'm saying? What happened? What's his last case? What's the politics like? Horses. You know what I'm saying? Like everything political. Like swimming pools. Why, significant chairman afraid of fighting for a swimming pool? Why certain discussions are not common in our community? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was in Belize and just seeing how the children would ride the horses in the water, and places like New Orleans. How you would, I think places in Baltimore, you would see like horses. People still riding horses. Like wow, and I mean. You hear like the history, like the importance of transportation. You know what I'm saying? A basic dynamic. And in war, some of the initial tactics of dismantling your adversary or who you're attacking is dismantling communication and transportation. And so some people just say, well, we look at certain things, that's golf, that's white people stuff, horses, white people stuff, so on and so forth. Why? It was a phenomenal movie. Idris Elba played in. Dre, you might help me. I can't recall the name of that movie. Urban Cowboy, what was it?
Concrete Cowboy.
Concrete Cowboy. And it really showed how this wayward youth, this youngster, how he was able to bring up, deal with them, even dealing with horses. And there's a program I just seen recently with the prisoners, you know what I'm saying, with these horses, you know what I'm saying, how they was able, it's mind blowing, how they work with the horses, so on and so forth. And he said, why isn't this not a common discussion with our people? That, you know what I'm saying, you say, well, maybe it costs a lot, so on and so forth. Then you see such contradiction when they go, it's places where they got too many horses, they say. You know what I'm saying? You say, why isn't why is this a conversation that we don't talk about? What's the issues? Like if you go look at like some laws on the book you don't even know about, like during the pandemic. I repeat, during the pandemic. I recall when we was going to get a chicken coop, and the lady said, "Oh," she said, "Where you from?" I said, "Maywood." She said, they had outlawed chickens, and I'm on now. I'm on. Okay. You on Facebook with me? Okay, let me tell them on Facebook. You tag my page, so that means I'm going live on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, they'll catch on. Who is this phone? So I said chickens. They said yeah. They said you can't have. It's an old law, and we heighten the contradiction. Like basis. I mean, this is put your mindset type. People like the world from the end. You know what I'm saying? So the dynamics of like farming. You know what I'm saying? Even when we the Hampton House Community Garden we did. Y'all can remember the attacks we came up under. I mean, this was technically a food desert, and right next door we was in there with 9 overdoses. We cleaned that. We cleaned. You know, y'all remember seeing the footage of Deputy Field Marshal? I mean, literally fighting raccoons and rats. Clean it. The building was abandoned for 44 years. We put the garden right there. You know, literally did the garden and brought life. And then you seen the developers come. They put a cage around, like get us locked up. And you say, well, it ups the ante. You say, well, man, basic discussions. You know what I'm saying? And you go back and look like horses in Maywood. You go back and look and say, man, they legal and stuff you would miss because we say the politics trumps everything, the law, everything. But what's the political contradictions about horses and black people? You know what I'm saying? Why is it, and you like we talking about how I say politics. I mean, a lot of people mind goes straight to voting, the voting process. Not to negate that's important. But I'm talking about that we say everything political. How you view water, like it's political that a can of pop costs, a can of soda costs less than a can of water. Because logically you say, well, wait a minute, you putting water in to make the wooden water, getting sugar, corn syrup. You would think logically the water should be cheaper. You know what I'm saying? It's political when you go in, the way it's set up at, you know what I'm saying, at eye level. You know what I'm saying? With the children, they do studies with children who go store with their mothers. And they can pull on their mother's pants leg or whatever, and the sugary cereals are at a certain level for the child. You know what I'm saying? It's marketing. What type of movies, what type of children grow up in like white communities, and how they look at guns, how they view guns. It's common. How they look at animals, you know what I'm saying, horses, it's common. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't tell people, I say, even with dogs, I say, I think all children should go through experience with some dogs. You know what I'm saying? They say, well, the whole thing of responsibility, the whole thing of life and death, you know what I'm saying, if you don't do this, how you can impact others, you know what I'm saying? And horses, you say, well, man, are they dangerous? Are they violent? What's this taboo? So again, we live in the record here, Freedom on Radio, y'all. Making history, taking history, taking history. The house was okay. It's a question now. Is there a question? The house was your father's, but in your own opinion, what does the Hampton House symbolize you and the generation we live in now? Okay, let me read your question again. I know the house was your father. That's some okay. Oh, that's some okay. The other comments. So that's why I got to get the sister just telling me about the whole thing. We get the where. So I had somebody, what they call them, the moderators, knock them, get the other stuff out the way. But what is it? What is this? What does this Hampton House symbolize? Okay, good question. That the Hampton House, we say, is bigger than the building, more significant than the structure. Bigger than the building, more significant than the structure. This I mentioned earlier, there were 9 overdoses next door before we got here. They tried to salt the earth, try to turn this to a dope house. We had to clean house. Our presence here, a whole different dynamic. You know what I'm saying? The park, the work we do here. The lady, the elementary school that Chairman Fred Hampton attended as a child is right across the street. One of the parents say, since y'all been here, the children have to get bigger shirt sizes. They walk with their chest out, just knowing who Chairman Fred was. You know what I'm saying? His older brother had went to the school across the street. And this his sister, he wasn't even in school yet. So white boys had accosted and attacked his older brother. As a child, this Fred, before he was Chairman Fred, he took a wagon full of bottles, went over there and dealt with it. I just seen the thing where they said the world's, not the country's, the world's richest black women in the world. Got the fifth lady, then Oprah, I think that was the one, Rihanna. But I think the third one was Rice. Bob Johnson's former wife, the CEO of BET. I think she's third richest black woman in the world.
Wow. She's from here.
She, and somebody commented, why we don't, she's from Maywood.
Yeah.
She went to Proviso East High School. And she was voted the prom queen. The administration shut it down. So they wouldn't allow no black woman. Chairman Fred challenged that.
Yeah.
So the concession was, okay, we have one black, one white. You know what I'm saying? That's how she got it. So, wherever you want to trace something, the dynamics, you know what I'm saying, again, and all, you can, the politics of the party impact, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even think he was the Black Panther Party then, because we just say that was his calling, so it was tailor-made for him, and others.
Couldn't be, that was high school.
Huh?
He couldn't be.
Right, no, because he joined the black, he actually, he graduated in 1966. You got right, exactly. Yeah. Dreadhead. Well, Dreadhead Cowboy. Welcome to Fremont Radio. You live on the record at the Hampton House.
I just requested so you could bring me on your screen.
On Facebook?
On your that's Instagram?
Instagram?
Yeah, you could bring me on. I just
Where you at? Okay, I see you right there. I accept it, and when it gonna happen?
okay, he's bringing it on now.
Okay. We got Deputy Field Marshal there too, so we're gonna be tapping in also about the county jail because we still have to update them contradictions too.
When y'all turn down the back?
Huh?
Turn down your volume too. I turned down mine.
So you gonna sit over there? You gonna take this over there with you? To the charge with you? You want to take the charge with you? Go. Okay. Get a little closer to that light so you can see a little better. Y'all know how we do it. We get you 210 cans of string. We're gonna make it happen, so we're gonna do what it do. You can't just for those who don't know, the picture that you happen to be sitting right up, sitting right in front of, that's Chairman Fred, some of his actual security detail. Contrary to misinformation was put out, William O'Neill was never Chairman Fred's security. That's some of his actual security detail. And you sitting on the famous the Hampton House couch, it's Panther Blue everywhere around here. And we're gonna be up in our ante in a minute, getting the studio set up professionally. I got your sister said she's gonna volunteer to help us. I'm gonna hold it. Right on. Talk to us for those who we got people listening all over the world. They, so people hear cowboy, a lot of times, a lot of people don't even familiar with the history, of black people in regards to Cowboy, you know what I'm saying? Like Cowboys, what's my man name? The one who the long range, the initial long ranger of get that the actual name.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
They did a documentary on him.
No, almost said it. It almost came out. And, this brother who they,
Oh, he played in that movie Prostitute.
they reference him. This is an actual brother who the long range. They stole the Drake. I almost said
really?
it
He played, it was a Netflix special that they had.
about him.
About him.
It's on tip of my. It's gonna
I
come
forgot
out.
his name.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
A lot of people not familiar with that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We, so what? So Drake, is this something new that you? Your relationship, your identity. Before we get to the case, and everything. When did you? Cause that's not like we grew up. You know what I'm saying? We football, basketball, younger generation, right, rappers, so on and so forth. And I don't know how old are you? How old are you, brother?
36.
You're 36 years old. I'm from a generation, you know what I'm saying, it was common, you know what I'm saying, when we go annually, every summer, go down south, see our people, you know what I'm saying, and it hit me one time, I was asking, your sister's last name was Hampton, and I said, where your people from? And she didn't know. And I was like, whoa, that was common for us to go down there, down to the farm. What attracted you, what connected you to the even horses, and there's horses before I can go into the whole thing about the farm phenomenon.
I actually never even been to a farm before I even got involved with a horse. Me growing up, I grew up basketball, football, sports, basically. I had got shot in 2013. Me and my wife. I got hit in my arm. She got hit in her chest and her side. She was in critical condition. So we both survived when I was at the Lord in my life. Like I didn't care about if I lived or died or anything. And my uncle knew it. So my uncle told me to come to the boat. So I'm thinking we were gonna go get on the boat and just take a cruise on the lake. So when I get there, there was a horse right there. This was in 2013. First time that I ever seen a horse in person. Let alone touch a horse. So when I seen it, I'm like, wow, is this a horse? He's like, yeah. I'm like, can I touch it? He's like, yeah, you can touch it. I'm touching a horse. Like, imagine I got a bullet in my shoulder and I'm on a sling.
How old were you then?
I was 26.
And you got shot. You in the city. You grew up in the city.
Yeah, I grew up in the city. I got shot over east on Stony Island, 61st.
Okay. For those who tapping in, we got international audience. So you talking about in the city of Chicago? So I was gonna put in context. Right on, my brother down in Louisiana, Stephen Lynn, Bass Reeves.
Bass Reeves.
Bass Reeves, right on.
Right on.
The Freedom All listening audience, our comrades, our people, hey man, this ain't no average. It's smarter than average bear. You know what I'm saying? This is, man, right on, y'all. So again, I'm gonna say something real quick too. I was really drained today, y'all. Just to bare my soul real quick. One of my close brothers called me, and he was saying that his other brother we grew up with, he said, man, just get word they found him non-responsible. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to throw no bad energy out, because I hope he come through. I know I thought people hating at him about stuff on Facebook, and the brother who I'm talking about, a lot of us, so y'all, what I'm saying, who know, they probably heard about it too, but if not, I'm gonna keep some positive thoughts. But it kind of hit me because I grew up with this kid, and also let me Deputy Field Marshal Club and Community Condolences to our comrade to the community here in Maywood. What's our brother name?
Bedford.
Benford.
Yeah.
And it's back to back Sister Sonia McCoy, her brother. What's the brother name there? The cigar. He just passed too. Darius. I knew both of them brothers. You know what I'm saying? So and Maywood 21 blocks. So these, you know what I'm saying? We don't get used to just saying that, just taking these deaths without acknowledging them. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So. And they kind of put you in context of who your mortality. You know what I'm saying? Just like you hear stuff about health issues. That kind of so. Then I seen the young lady, the female. I can't say sister. I can't. When she walked up in this gas station and she was singing that song, that man, that shit. I don't even man. She had a little boy with a little girl with her, and it
The
just
thotty song.
man, it cut. And I seen a little boy with a little girl nodding their head to it. That's what they call it, the thotty song.
I call it the thotty.
Man, it was.
It's
It's
bad for our communities.
it's man. That's man. That stuff, y'all. Breakfast Club on eating some A. You know something.
Yeah.
Man, these motherfuckers. Hey man, man. I'm venting in a minute, man. I couldn't hold it earlier. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I had to let man. I just man. I said, damn. But this man, shake that image out. I said little boy just nodding his head when she was singing that shit. You 26 years old. You and your lady, y'all both get shot. You know what I'm saying? And this is y'all both get shot. So your uncle take you out. You're going out, and this is you know what I'm saying. You go out there and you see a horse, but prior to this, you ain't got no connection to horses, none of this.
Nah, never been around a horse, never touched a horse or anything. So it's something new to me. Like you always been an animal lover. So my opportunity to get around a horse, it made me feel like just to be around it. I was like, okay, that's what's up.
What animals did you like? What was your animals did you dog? What was your
Dog,
dog?
iguana, snake, turtle, ferret, hamster.
But you ain't never done no bigger than a horse though.
Definitely.
So you go so your uncle take you out there. You see the horse. You say go and touch it.
Yeah, he let me touch it. I'm like, man, can I get on top of that? I'm knowing they're gonna say no. I'm like, yeah, get up there.
Right.
So I get on the horse, get on the sling.
First rip. You hop up on the first go.
Yeah. And when I say I forgot all about all the stuff I was dealing with, like I felt like sitting on that horse, I feel like a superhero. Like I feel like people was beneath me. Like I felt like I was somebody important from being on top of this horse.
Wow.
Like I forgot everything I was going through, like the stress and like that life and death stuff. Like I just forgot all about that. And I told my uncle, like, man, we gotta get us some horses. But you know, I'm just talking. I'm thinking horses cost about $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000.
Right.
So I'm just talking. I'm like, yeah, we gotta get us some horses. Man. I got you. I want to say about 2019, I go to my uncle's job. He's like, man, nephew, I thought you said we was gonna get us some horses. I'm like, man, find some. We're gonna get some. He said, man, I got 8 of them. I'm like, man, sell me one. Not knowing. I ain't paying for no horse. He's like, man, I sell you a horse. I'm like, how much? He's like, for you give me 800. I said, I got 600 in my pocket right now. Like when I said, like you owe me 200, I'm like, yeah. I went broke buying this horse. Like I never even seen a horse, so I bought a horse that I never even seen.
Wow.
So long story short, I felt like it was something different, and actually that horse changed my life.
How so?
Like I see life different. Like I don't curse no more. That's for one. I'm a part of my kid's life. I ain't always been an active father in my kid's life. It brought my kids closer. Like I'm fighting for my kids now. Like everybody that watched me grow up, I already thought I was gonna be dead and in jail. I feel like I got a purpose now.
What triggered you? Okay, let's start with, okay, let's go from the profanity, okay, and then I definitely on going in depth with the relation with the children. So how do horses? I mean, like your tone, the terms you use, does that impact horses? Or what?
What made me stop cursing? What made me stop cursing because I look at it like this: it expands your vocabulary, and as far as anger. If I get into it with somebody, how can I curse them out, snap on without using a profane and sound serious? Like people if I knock your butt out, it ain't gonna sound right. So why? I'm not gonna argue with you. So that actually humbled me out more.
Okay, vocabulary, man. Equestrian. What's that?
Equestrian? That's for people that ride horses.
Y'all know the champion knew that, did y'all?
I didn't even know that one.
Get ready to ride. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
I was looking like, what is this?
Yes, indeed. Y'all still with us? So a question. Okay. Children. How? Okay. What? Young boys and girls. I mean, is it something? Okay, something that they were both equally relate to, or something? How old were they, and how did they relate to? How did this open up? You know what I'm saying? How did this break some ices? You know what I'm saying? Some boundaries, even get y'all relation to deal with them better.
Get our relationship closer.
Yes.
Because I started getting in the public eyes. And when I got in the public eyes, my kids started looking at me as a hero. Somebody, a public figure.
What's that? Free moment, brother. We you outside? Okay. Come on, have a seat. Okay. Yeah, free moment. Okay, yeah. You come to the all right, free moment. Now I know I lost my volume, y'all. I get because when they call, can y'all see him on Instagram?
We can hear you.
On Instagram, you see him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, brother. Okay. But we dipped out for a second. We still riding though. We still ride. We live. We live. We riding. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, my brother, love and respect. Got Billy Ray Valentine touching the building.
Oh, what's up? Yeah, word.
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
gonna ask you some questions too. You not fighting for you too?
Don't go. I won't do a whole show with you. You jump. You jump in with me, no doubt about it. Yep. Respect, brothers. Well, you know, chairs. As y'all see, we at the Hampton House impromptu. There you go. So we got people coming in. Sister, she gonna jump in, interview me, ask me a couple of questions in a minute. Get no chair.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it's basically my kids look at me as a hero now. So it's like for a lot of people to look up to me. I guess if my kids proud to call me their daddy, I guess it's something they can look forward to. Like when they go to school, they proud to say, "Oh, the dude that be riding the horse is my dad."
Huh.
And that means a lot to me. And my son, he ride horses. And
How old is he?
I got a 5-year-old. He ride horses. Like
5 years old?
5-year-old riding horses.
How long did it take him? How long it took him to get out?
Probably a couple days.
Y'all listening? Say the 5-year-old and see them children. See, man, like, you see them the things, the clips with the children get in the swimming pool and they take to it, and not to mention the social media, which is bad and good. How they take to it. He telling us, this brother telling Dreadhead Cowboy, his son 5 years old. They ain't got the whole thing learn about the fear, all that, you know what I'm saying? And he done took to it, you know what I'm saying? And these are different, he talking about even the relationship with his children. You hear about, you see, a lot, I done seen with dogs who do it, you know what I'm saying? And you see, they'll take out stuff and parolees and pit bulls and, not to be tripping with the white lady, they got a whole big business on and so forth. It's stuff in our community that motherfuckers really was interested in, dealing with crime. You know what I'm saying? Like even, it's so much stuff that we can do on our own. You know what I'm saying? And you say, why? I'm just taking for granted. You ain't got no degree in psychology, nothing like this. You know, you didn't. You may do. I don't draw no full conclusion. But if you do, but the deal is you have to go. You ain't take no college course to figure out how the impact of your 5-year-old child on his horse. You know what I'm saying? And, the relationship. So go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so like my 5-year, I bought him a donkey for his birthday last year. And when I say like the people that I bought it from said that the donkey never been rode before, so it's not kid friendly. And when my son came, I had the donkey behind the trailer, and when my son came, he came around the corner, he seen the donkey, he ran straight to the donkey and got on the back. I'm like, I was just stuck and the donkey like died with my son, like the donkey run from me.
Yeah.
But when my son come around, my 5-year-old son come around, he let him do whatever. Like jump all on his back and he just there.
How much a donkey cost, out of curiosity?
Well, I actually paid $1,500 for that donkey. Like,
So
everybody don't understand, like horses, everybody think horses are expensive. You
Yeah.
can get a horse like a car. You can pay $300 for a horse. But remember, you pay $300 for a car, what you get?
yeah. Yeah.
Like I got a 15-year-old son. He think he better than me.
What? Riding horses?
He think he better than me. He calls himself a Dreadhead Cowboy Junior.
What?
No. How long he been riding?
And he think like,
How long he been riding?
He been riding. He been riding for about. I've been riding for about 3 years, 4 years, and he been riding. Yeah, 3 or 4 years. I just started doing that. He been riding for about 2 years. 2 or 3.
He think he got you faded.
He think he done it to me. And I let him think, yeah, it's okay. As long as he's doing different, doing good in school, like I'm okay with that. Like for his graduation, there, bring the horse.
Huh.
I got you.
Yeah.
Huh.
My son want to show out now.
Yeah.
And he showed out.
How about this? Let me play. We don't say devil's advocate. We say state's advocate. Let me play state's advocate with you. Okay, like peer pressure is something too. I think back when I was going to grammar school, my mom's gave me I've got these shirts. I did some Azad or some little shirt, and I seen a couple of guys with regular white tees on it. I'm throwing that shirt to the side. I'm the rest of the guys, the tees. What about an atmosphere of it? I mean, a community. Who can he relate to? That, other people, his peers, his ages, that they can have a discussion. I mean, that know about horses. You know what I'm saying? And does that impact him? Is he seeing oh, here come dude, and man, they weird, be riding horses. How or is he able to break the ice? You know what I'm saying? And get weighing them to have a discussion about the horses. What type of response have you seen with that?
I broke the ice.
Huh.
I broke the ice. When I first started riding horses, my guys in the hood, like one of the I'm from Cranktown where the moles at.
Mm-hmm.
And,
International listening audience, we Chicago is historically, you know what I'm saying, the organizational question is struck. It's not like it used to be, which but like I say, Chicago was the last city that crack cocaine was introduced in. And reason people say, well, why they couldn't? No, they had to. It was certain dynamics. You know what I'm saying? Fluky Stokes had to be murdered. Jeff Ford, aka Chief Malik, they had locked him up. There's certain structural dynamics that are remnants of that go along with the Chicago being the most segregated city in the country. It's and the structure. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell cats, you could at a certain period of time, cats, you can see a cat have on no colors. You can talk to him 2 seconds, and you say, oh, that's one of such and such. That's this particular street organization. And a lot of people, the geography was a lot of people don't even know the street sign. Like, that's Cranktown, Motown. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of which, I tell you, everything ties in. We're gonna have our brother Billy Ray Valentine in the building, and it's a movie, one of his movies, United Nations. You know what I'm saying? I don't get too much, but it's like a Chicago political flip on the Warriors. And in fact, we ever seen right here at the Hampton House. And it talk, I made a joke to somebody recently. I told the sister, I said, yeah, I bet you live back in the days in relish. You know what I'm saying? That organizational question, that factor that was in Chicago, it was a time period where, you know what I'm saying, people say, oh man, the game's back, but it's checks and balances. You know what I'm saying? There were contradictions. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. But you can, a certain area, go down there, whoa, where they come? I'm going to get a real quick war story. We go down to New Orleans after Hurricane America. A lot of y'all call it Hurricane Katrina. But y'all know we don't point with the political terms. So I go down with these pastors. So we get down there. So the little sister, she say, you different than the rest of these preachers. I said, sister, I just came down here with them. I'm a revolutionary. I said, come here and get our people about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm down here. So we leave, we coming back. We get in Chicago. She pulled me to the side. She said, my mama ain't never seen Baton Rouge. We ain't never been to New Orleans. She say, my mama got some issues. She missing. I said, what is it? This says dope, crack, what is it? And see, even that. It's so that now you can't, man, it was certain things you could pinpoint. She said, it was dope. I said, give me 20 minutes. I came back with her mother in 22 minutes, literally. She said, how you do that? I said, I knew where to go. I said, your pit bull come to the store, we know where to go. Your car comes, you know what I'm saying? It was a structure, you know what I'm saying? And one of its policies, whether it be in Afghanistan, Africa, the Philippines, Vietnam, Guatemala, what have you, is to create chaos, then restore order. create chaos, then restore order. Dismantle all structures. Y'all ain't tripping on this. I mean, man, the Shiite Muslims, the Sunni Muslims, we don't make a difference. The stone, the side, no, it's a certain. When you have a structure, you know what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying. There always will be contradictions, but you know what I'm saying. You have to go back and you can deal with them. You know what I'm saying. Now, you come to somebody's house. You say, man, I'll use the bathroom. You say, oh man, go wherever you want to go. You know, huh? That's a place for the bathroom. You feel what I'm saying? So you know, I just want to get that out. So go ahead. So listen on you would tell certain periods, to location. People say Chicago. It really connected to not saying that in that area all people was with that particular street tribe. However, it's a certain a politic that goes a certain dynamic. You know what I'm saying? You say, oh man, that's disciples over there. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. And you had, again, one of America's policies is to create chaos and restore order. My fault. Go ahead, proceed, brother.
So yeah, one of the generals or Moses basically like when I first started writing, he like, man, you're weird. But only you could do it. Like I never did it in the game though, but I always had respect.
Yeah.
So he like, you're weird, but only you can get away with it. So I took that around with it.
Yeah.
A year later, the same brother came to me, man, you did that.
Yeah.
You did something and you made it you.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people out here looking up to you and looking forward to you coming around and being around. And from you being a troublemaker, being bad, fighting everybody on the block, now everybody love to have you around. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. And after he told me that, I knew I was doing something.
Yeah. Now the reason I went through the way we dialogue, the way we question, it's a purpose, it's a politic to it. We say there are no cliff notes in Cub class. A lot of people want to come in like that movie Police Academy. Dude come in with a gun, with a gun. A lot of people look at the Black Panther Party like that, like man with a gun. And like when we deal with cases, to humanize it, you know what I'm saying? Like people say, who is this? Well, man, you know what I'm saying? To humanize it, to put in its political context, you know what I'm saying? How you know let's say like even within the Black Panther Party, there was a number of different internal struggles. But even how the gun was viewed. A lot of people say, man, I heard they had guns, leather jackets. Minister Huey P. Newton said we must even politicize the gun. What made the party's gun different from the police's gun? You know what I'm saying? It's a, you know what I'm saying? Like even I tell people in the movie Judas and the Black Messiah, we had to struggle. Speaking of which, condolences to director Shaka King. His mother just passed to 3 days ago. We talked to him yesterday. Yeah, we're gonna do. They have the memorial for later on this next month. We're gonna do. We was fortunate for her to come on. I met her also in New York, but she came on the show, and we gonna pull. Matter of fact, we're gonna pull that archive up to play in sync when they had a memorial for her. Lost my train of thought, y'all. What was I saying? Okay, so, the gun. It was a scene at the Panther Party headquarters, and first the sister was shooting out first. And I said, whoa, no. You know what I'm saying? The initial name of the Black Panther Party was the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. And you know what I'm saying? People, and that's important how it's depicted. Because you know what I'm saying? So the police, when they beat you, they're trained to say, stop resisting, whether you're resisting or not. And that's political. That's political. You know what I'm saying? What you say, how you view, everything is built in the terms. You come in, how you deal with people, our security detail is political, how we greet people, all that. So you know what I'm saying? So again, everything is political. So that's why I wanted to go through this here with now the fast forward, present day. You know what I'm saying? You know back, you just got locked up in Hammond, Indiana. What happened? Even some of the past arrests that you've been given, so on and so forth, for past cases, feel free to give us that. And you know what I'm saying, what's happening with this? You know what I'm saying, what were you charged with? How did it go down? You know what I'm saying? Take us down. Take us down.
Okay, 2021, September 2021, September 21st, 2021. I took my horse on the Dan Run Expressway. I shut down that expressway to bring awareness to the gun violence that's happening for our kids. Nobody's fighting for our kids, and I feel like it was time for somebody to step up and voice for them, bring a voice to what's going on with it. I had about 30 motorcycles, about 25 cars to escort me on the highway, so I would be safe and my horse would be safe. I got locked up for that, and they charged me with animal cruelty. Trespassing the state line and all this other stuff. Misdemeanor charge, but they let me say my horse collapsed on the expressway, and I was whipping it and kicking it to get up. You know how the media is when they make up stories, and a lot of people think my horse died, not knowing that I beat the case and got my horses back. But after I did that, that actually put a target on my back. So anytime I ride my horse, we're not really in Chicago no more because I educated myself. That's what a lot of people don't know. You educate yourself when it comes down to dealing with law enforcement. When you get stopped, you should know certain things to ask, and sometimes it's not good to talk. Sometimes it's always good to ask for a lieutenant, a sergeant, somebody higher in power, because a lot of lieutenants and sergeants will not put their name on the line for a minor stop. So y'all pay attention to that and focus on that too. But I had got stopped where I was actually in Hammond, Indiana for a prom set off. My guy Casey, the bodyguard, asked me to bring the horse out for his son to go out on prom. So I bring the horse, and before he got there, I took my horse around the block and came right back. When I was on the side of my horse, I was there for about 5 minutes. And then the police come talking about somebody got hit by a car. So I laughed at it like, no, nobody can get hit by a car. Long story short, she come out saying that my horse is not allowed in Hammond, Indiana. It's illegal to have a horse in Hammond, Indiana, or Indiana, the state of Indiana. So I tell her like, ain't 50% of Indiana is Amish people? So how you gonna tell me that a horse not allowed? So as she was telling me that I can't ride, I grabbed my horse reins and actually put it on the side of my horse halter and put it on the other side. That's when I grabbed my rein, my lead rope, and then the officer put his hands on me. When he put his hands on me, I snatched away from him. He told me don't touch me. When I did that, he grabbed me, put my hands behind my back, got on the wall. They said I elbowed him. So I got locked up for felony assault to a police officer. Resisting arrest and disorderly conduct. So I had to bond out. I stayed in there 4 days, bonded out. So I'm fighting the case right now.
What's the charges again, brother?
Assault on a police officer, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct.
When's the court date?
I go to court on the 27th of next month.
Is it on Zoom or people got to come to court to see what's going on?
I gotta go in.
Okay, can you give us some social media contact people can be kept up the breast and any other follow-up questions that people may have about this? And want to use the educational process about the court system, the horses, you know what I'm saying? As I said with our initial opening, the politics of horses, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, you just brought some information to my attention about the Amish population, in which a lot of people know. I mean, that's you talking about that population. They definitely connect with the horses. So, what? Contact people can be kept up the breast. You know what I'm saying? How people can come to court to see for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Support. Can you give us some information?
Yes, sir. You can follow me on all social media, Dreadhead Cowboy. You can find me on all social media platforms. Dreadhead Cowboy, BREADHEAD Cowboy. So Dreadhead Cowboy. And mind you, they didn't give me no city ordinance ticket. They said it was a city ordinance. I never got no city ordinance tickets or anything. So that right there was your probable cause for even touch me. The officer is not allowed to touch you unless you've been arrested or you're detained, and I wasn't either one.
Y'all, we live in the Record Freedom Radio on the Spirit of Making History, Taking History, and Taping History. Y'all get that court date down, you know what I'm saying? Follow Dreadhead Cowboy on social media. You know what I'm saying? Want to try to get pack that courtroom in. You know what I'm saying? If you straddling the fence, you don't know what's your take on it. You know what I'm saying? Come see for yourself. And that courtroom is in Hammond, Illinois, correct? Hammond, excuse me. Right on, says Hammond, Indiana.
Crown Point.
Crown Point.
Crown Point.
In what county?
Lake County, Crown Point.
Lake County. And for those who outside, you know what I'm saying? Okay, like, but that, okay. So this, so Crown Point, is that by Hammond?
Yeah.
So y'all know, a lot of us probably just, probably familiar with Gary, Indiana. You know what I'm saying? With Hammond. So this is June 27th. Y'all make sure the social media contact down again. Making history, taking history, taking history. We live in the record free on my radio, y'all. So Conrad, we get any callers in queue? No callers in queue. If you call us in queue, you have to press 1-929-477. 929-477-3785, and then press 1 to get in. We're gonna be up in our ante, y'all. You know what I'm saying? With our technology, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying this for a while. We finna, man, up the ante. The studio and everything built. We finna up the ante though. Stick around with us, Dreadhead Cowboy. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get some questions for this brother. Billy Ray Valentine was in the building, y'all, live and direct, y'all. You know, so this ain't his first time in the building.
No, sir.
He came, ain't gonna be his last time.
No, sir.
And y'all, y'all know I'll be getting played. The joke they make about say, Chandler gonna be late, but he'll be if he get ready, he gonna be there. I got late to the premiere of the movie, y'all, but this brother here is doing some phenomenal moves, no pun intended, moves with these movies, and the pieces I seen, like, you know what I'm saying, and then some sister comment the other day, I like how she was talking about some movie she was in, Red Brandy, she said something like Brandy Martin.
Yeah.
And I was matter of fact, we did an interview together on Nephew Beats show, Hood Hierarchy.
Oh, Uncle Beats?
Yeah, that's my nephew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Yeah, look at this here, man. Yeah, Beats. Yeah, look at this here, y'all. Hey, look. Yeah.
Produce him.
Look at this here. Look at this here. Look at this here. Yeah. I just, man, put up that episode we did on the thing with it. Yeah. Look at this.
They had the shop on 69th and Western.
Yep. Hey, ask about the story when they had the Hood radio station one time. And when I get on there, the heat came down about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And Uncle Beats was one of the he was one of the judges for his casting call.
Okay.
Yep.
Right on. Look at this here, y'all. Listen, this just people who are in the Midwest area. We find out who all connected with each other. Mm-hmm. And I was saying how Brandy Martin got you to me like, and I told we hear these stories about actors and movies, and you got like a block come in, like, you know, oh, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. And that's in any genre, like I said, like, and like, I'm glad how his brother's breaking down even the dynamic of horses. You know what I'm saying? 5-year-old child. And not to say that that we shouldn't, you know, that it's not a skill. We don't respect it. You shouldn't be nonchalant. Oh, anybody can do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to devalue nothing. But even as my genre, as a revolutionary organizer, a lot of times we are told that, well, you can't, you don't know this. You ain't got, you can't fight with people because you had this issue before, so on and so forth. And to break that ice, because like I said, we like the term real models as opposed to role models. You know what I'm saying? And so when you have forces that come in and say, man, because you can, Comrade Stan say, his mother say all the time, procrastination is the biggest thief of time. And you'll be fearful of, I ain't got my degree in that. I can't do no movie. I can't do an interview. Horses, I haven't been trained for that. Or I can't be in the movie. We want to have this discussion that people can relate, and it's intentional. They show you people that know what I'm saying, that really disconnected from you, and that holds you back. No, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So these are, as Stein and Family Stone said, everyday people. You know what I'm saying? And we go make some mistakes in every genre. The horse ride, I'm sure you done fell off the horse a few times, brother. I'm sure your son done fell off the horse. The movie maker, I'm sure you looked at some scripts that came through that you said, damn, I should have done this. And organizing, believe me, it's been some mistakes. Mm-hmm. However, as Malcolm X said, mistakes I make, they made out of sincerity, and also they ours. See, that's a different dynamic, you know what I'm saying? They ours. We got some forces here, y'all. I'm talking about, man, putting the movie thing, and I mean, it's, and you have a lot of times, in organizing or anything, you're giving people if they wanted to, cannot relate to us. Like these bogus organizations, when they fighting for us. Them cats can't find a hood with a GPS map. You know what I'm saying? They can't find. In movies, you be like, you watch some movies, you like, I don't know if that I can understand that person doing that. And you may look down, they're field marshal. You take the front. You cool, girl. That's the Hampton House Hounds, y'all. That's the Hampton House Hounds on point. Speaking of which, next week they've been drop some full-blooded Rottweiler puppies coming on deck. You know, the next week I think they're coming on deck, and you see, and they give us people who we can't relate to. You know what I'm saying? But we fortunate to have some people, you know what I'm saying, from different arenas, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to sister right now, she's talking about the different dynamic about the webcam, so we're going to follow through up on that, you know what I'm saying? And our people are pregnant with potential. Yes. Pregnant with potential. It's so much, it's resources there. Like, you look, I told the Black Panther Party, you like, how did they have a free medical center? Deputy Minister of Health, Ronald Doc Satchel. He's, man, how do they run a free breakfast program? It's so much stuff in our community. We told don't look at it. You know what I'm saying? We got to tap into it. How can we do this? Okay, you want to Billy Ray Valentine? How can we get you? Okay, you on City or you on Face? Or you use your thing?
I'm live right now.
Are you live? Okay.
I'm not on your page. I'm just live. I'm in the building.
Okay. So let me know if y'all. Okay, I'm at, okay. I don't know. Don't make sure my oldest here can hear you too. I'm on Instagram. I don't know if they can hear you. Let me know if you. I'm throwing some questions to our brother. We good out there?
Yes, sir.
Be cool. Be cool. Oh, don't be cool. Let us know if it's an issue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What drew you? Okay. What? Okay. Before. Okay. What drew you into movie making? You know what I'm saying? How did that?
Well, brother, it was for me as a child. I've always been fascinated. When my oldest brother took me to the show, I remember like 1974, the Roosevelt Theater on State Street, between State and Randolph and State and Washington, and I seen Black Caesar. And for me, being in that theater, seeing us on that screen as big as it was, and, you know, see, because in the 70s when they depicted us, they exploited us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, what I thought was a hero there was the dude with the bell bottoms, the fly suits, the fancy Cadillacs, and he was a drug dealer and a pimp. But they had depicted them as heroes to me.
Yes.
And me being young, I didn't know no better. Yeah. So I grew up in the projects, the Robert Taylor home. And when I came from that show, it was so fascinating. I would find myself, me and my brothers and sisters and our friends, we would run up and down the porch. And I was saying, no, I'm Black Caesar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even get the whole structure of how they were displaying us.
Yes.
They were programming me at that time to think that in order for me to be successful, I had to push dope into my people and slap my sisters and all that. But I was fascinated with the art of it. You know, the fact that, wow, you could really be in this theater. Because before that, the movie I seen before that was Roger Moore, Live and Let Die. Now that's a different type of hero. It was James Bond. You know, and he was a different type of hero. And what I paid attention to was in that film, they filmed majority of that movie in New Orleans. And that was the only James Bond movie that had a black villain. You know, and Yaphet Kotto played the black villain. And I didn't know none of this at the time. I was just a kid, but growing up, as you grow, you wake up. You know, and I started realizing what was going on. So, 1989, I went with Bill Cosby to Hollywood, and I appeared on A Different World TV show. And that's when the bug really bit. Like, wow, so you mean all this time I'm thinking they on a real college campus, and everything is fake. So when I came home from that, I wanted to be a part of that.
Bro, that's how we do it.
I wanted to be a part of that so bad till I started sending out my resumes and trying to
You say
get
it,
in
you gonna-
trying to get in people's
Okay, let me
movies.
see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And nobody would let me in their movies. When they did let us in the movies, it was background roles, big roles.
Yeah.
You know, you that little dot on the screen.
Yeah.
So I decided, you know, look, ain't nobody gonna let me in their movie. Let me make my own. You know what I'm saying? And I was working for somebody, making them rich. And I decided, you know, look, if I want to do this, I can't go to work. It's gonna take too much time. Like you just said, the biggest thief of time is procrastinating.
Dig.
So I quit the job, bought all the equipment,
Huh.
and started making my own movie.
Now, what year was this?
This was 2018.
2018. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I did my first film, Magic. And Magic was a movie about it's about 4 years of my true life. You know, I was a black disciple,
Dig.
and I was doing things that my little brothers and sisters was looking up to me for.
Yeah. Again, for those who listen, international listener audience, y'all, it's, you know, the street. I know it's popular now for youngsters to say gang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are fighting words, and those are offensive terms in a certain period in Chicago. Like, those are feeling. And like y'all, we always see the tribes, and like you look at you can Google old like graffiti in Chicago, and you'll see at the end, like you'll see CVLN, BDN, BPSN, the Nation. It was a different dynamic, you know what I'm saying? And like even the terms, how you take on terms, like you catch a gang, the terms, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are familiar, like even the Black Disciples.
Right.
They have the party's impact. You know what I'm saying? With the Black Panther Party, you know what I'm saying, the colors and it was a certain nationalistic stance a lot of these organizations took, and this you can look at different periods of time. Like Minister Huey P. One of his Minister Huey P. Newton says that what is power? Power is the ability to define phenomenon and make it act in a desired manner. Power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. What was a phenomenon in Chicago in particular was not only the race conjuring, but the class conjuring, but also the organizational question. And Chairman Fred approached that as a realist. A lot of people said, man, you should talk to them gang, you know what I'm saying? But took it and said, what the different points of unity. A lot of people say, like looking back now, you say, man, how these, you know what I'm saying, it's like a negative blanket. Like all the organizations, but the different dynamics, like the codes and structure that, you know what I'm saying, that I said back to what I said earlier, one of America's policies is to create chaos and restore order. So I just want to touch on that also.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
You know, and with that, and just to piggyback on what you said, that's where United Nations came from.
Dig that.
From that dynamic.
Dig that.
Me and my brother, Cedric, Mr. Warboy Collins, who's sitting next to me over here.
Right on.
We had just finished the film. We had just finished a comedy film. And that was Roseland. And we were sitting on his front porch. And,
Roseland, that's part south side Chicago, y'all probably hear
Right.
Wild Hunteds, all that.
Right.
Yeah.
And, me and bro, I said, man, what if we made a movie where all the gangs came together? You know, like the Warriors.
Dig.
You know what I'm saying? And we took that and turned it into a positive. You know,
Yeah.
we'll start it off, because everything, you know, in order for it to be positive, there's got to be a negative.
No doubt.
You know
No
what I'm
doubt.
saying?
No. Repeat that, brother.
In order for it to be a positive, it's got to be a negative.
Yes.
Else one
Yes.
can't exist without the other.
Yes.
You know, so we said, what would we call that? And we grew up here in Chicago, like he was just saying. We based off of, it was CBLN, GDN,
Yeah.
BDN, and we was like together in unison. I kid you not, we said United Nations.
Huh.
And as soon as I thought about it, first thing I thought about was White House and all that, right?
Yeah.
But then it made so much sense because each organization in Chicago have their own bylaws and policies and rules and
Yes.
regulations. And that's a nation over there.
Yeah.
So what we did was we took the concept of the Warriors and we took, we let, instead of it being just so coming into the movie theatrically and completely negative, we put a Y. We put a Y in the film. And we took the Laquan McDonald situation and we took.
Quan McDonald, y'all.
Yeah.
For y'all not familiar, 16 times shot at Chicago Police Department. One of the cases. Yes, indeed.
But I took the Cyrus character and I gave that to Cedric Mr. Woodward because he has a James Earl booming voice in that approach, and I wanted that character to be a very well respected person by every nation in the city. You know, this is one guy who could pull everybody together. If it's just for one night, he can pull everybody together. And that's what we did. We put that mountain on top of his shoulders and he carried it. And I don't want to give the movie away. Yeah. But like we were on the way over here tonight, we was talking about funding. Yes. Why crime is so important to the politicians in the city. Why they talk about, well, I'm running on crime. We finna stop this crime. Really, in the back room, they like, we need this crime to stop. Real talk. Right. If you believe they want to stop crime, you believe Don King want to stop boxing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you believe that, I got some beachfront property. Real talk. Real talk. You know. Yes. So what we was discussing was if everybody right now, let's just say here in Chicago. Yes. If every criminal just says, you know what, I'll give up. I'm gonna go right. Well, now they finna that's how you defund the police. Dig. Because you stop doing the crime. Dig. If it ain't no crime, there's no federal funding. Dig. For police departments. Dig. And all of that. For lawyers. For judges. You know what I'm saying? All you have is minor things. We go, the crime rate shrink down to a Mayberry siege, you know, and now you just need one sheriff to run Chicago. Dig. So we were talking about that funding, and that's what we were talking about in the United Nations. Every nation coming together on the negative and turning it into a positive. Dig. You know what I'm saying? Dig. And that's where we brought, first thing came to my mind is Chairman Fred. Right on. Let's go over there and shoot a scene over there. Yeah. And it was something you said in the movie, man, that was awesome. When you said Chicago police didn't kill my father. The government killed my father. Yeah. That's what it is. It's not the Chicago police, it's politics. It's the government. You know what I'm saying? And when we did United Nations, we wanted that film to express that. You know, so it's something that happened in the film. You gotta watch the movie in order to know it. But it's something that happened in the film because Premier had pulled all these gangs together. Yeah. These nations together. And they stopped for 3 days. Yeah. There was no violence, no crime, no nothing for 3 days. And what happens? We got to do something. Real talk. We got to do something because now we finna lose our funding. And I'm going to leave it at that. You can't leave it at that because you got our ears. You got people ears pointing. When can they see the movie? I'm saying that's what. That's what. He done laid out this whole thing. This great meal coming, and he finna walk out the door. You ready to start gang banging on him? You know what I'm saying? Hold on, man. You talking about this movie? Move on him. You know what I'm saying? Shit, ride down, posse up. So next Wednesday, May 31st. May 31st. Y'all listening? We at North Riverside Mall. I need y'all to type this in, y'all. Repost this. Next Wednesday, May 31st, North Riverside Mall. You can find it on Eventbrite. It's under it's a double feature. Somebody type this in while I'm talking. I did a double feature because I wanted to give the supporters something. So it's really 2 movies for one. Theotis, that you also played in. They got the chairman just. The chairman doing this thing. Man, what? Theotis and United Nations playing at North Riverside Mall at the Cineplex Theater. And May 31st. Red carpet is 5:30. What? Is at 6. Yes, sir. May 31st. May 31st. Next Wednesday. So I might be So we might be doing this. I might. See, you know what? In a minute, give us a minute. We're gonna have this. This is my vision.
the show we gonna have gonna be like a suitcase. I can just pop away up and put up in the, you know, jump out and do the interviews. That's why we ain't got that yet though. We have our equipment, huh? Oh, y'all heard live direct. We okay. We gonna hold this. We gonna hold you to that now. We gonna
heard it.
you heard it. You know what I'm saying? She go, okay, man. Knock on wood. We on, sis. We gonna be, man. This gonna be going there. So the next red carpet, we gonna be ready to roll though. But this time, y'all type in May 31st, 5:30, North Riverside Mall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll be there.
Double 2 movies.
Yes, and you can find it on Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
Go
With
to
it,
Eventbrite and pull up Theotis.
go to
Do
Eventbrite
people pay at the door?
Yeah, you can pay at the door.
and type in
And
Theotis.
it's $20. 2 films, 2 great films.
Yes.
Starring Cedric, Mr. Warboy Collins, featuring.
He in the building?
Chairman Fred Hampton, right here next to us.
Look at this, y'all. They in the building.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Of course.
Yes.
And I also, me and Eric Mays, brother Eric Mays, this has been my confidant. This is my motivator. He pushed me. He makes sure
You need
I
that.
do it.
You need
know,
that.
And
You need that.
he was talking about, look, man, we need to get that film. Look, let's do it in the parks.
Yeah.
You know, let's do it.
Oh no, I'm gonna put this out there officially now. Yeah. I'm talking to some people now. I want like official. You know what I'm saying, like movies. I'm thinking about what you said when you went to see Black Season. That whole, I mean, sitting at this house, at the Hampton House. No heat, no water, no nothing. Shaka King sitting right there. Daniel Kaluuya right there. Dominique Fishback right there. Ryan Coogler, Zenzi, his wife, Charles King. We 8 hours. We, you know what I'm saying? Everybody do say self, and I remember and we sitting there. I'm like, cause we like, hold on, we gotta talk to these people before they talk. You know what I'm saying? Then we on the chairman, and I remember we 8 hours. We back. We just sitting here. Then I remember saying, Google the worst neighborhood in Chicago right now, and they Google it, and 11 people just got murdered on Madison and Keeler. I said, let's go. It's about 3 a.m. They said, what? I said, that's where we're going to finish our meeting at. And they said, man, the studio won't go for that. I said, you're playing Chairman Fred and Deborah Johnson. We got to go. I said, this ain't planned. I said, and it was like a steel moment. You know what I'm saying? And we went there. We got on the cats out there, Madison Keeler. Y'all know what to do. KK Town. They's out there doing their thing. They said, what's up, Chairman? I said, no, continue. I said, continue. And I watched Daniel Kaluuya's eyes. I watched Dominique Fishback respond. You know what I'm saying? I told him this was kind of police to face the murals. I watched it. I told people it's character in character. You know what I'm saying? I got to meet who gonna play the chairman. You know what I'm saying? My mother Conrad, we had a whole dialogue and everything. And so much respect. I think I'm flashbacking even with that meeting. You know what I'm saying? And me and Ryan Coogler, we connected. We remember when me and him first connected years back in Oakland. Passing on some flyers and everything. And who I refer to as my nephew now, and I'm just, the impact of movies. I remember saying to Daniel Kaluuya, I said, we gotta be real careful with this, because some people don't know who Chairman Fred is. It's gonna be debate. People gonna saying that's his father. And we started laughing. I said, no, because that's, I mean, I'm thinking back with me, some of the movies that still in my life. You know what I'm saying? That stick with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you see a lot of y'all that big screen. It's like in Nazi Germany. Before the gas chambers, prior to the gas chambers, even during the gas chambers, and not sure, Grobel was the minister of propaganda. They had to put certain movies together. You know what I'm saying? To take away the sting. You know what I'm saying? So you hear about somebody getting gashed. Oh, I'm gonna tell you who's a genius at this propaganda. George D. Deteller, the former director of the Illinois Department of Corrections concentration camps. He would do stunts like he would show movies that he would this dude, so he would, man, I'm just flashbacking. He would, first you had every showers every day. And he would show a movie that they didn't have no showers. And mom was like, man, that's bogus as hell. And then they'd come take our showers, and then he'll find them, the movies, so we end up getting back. We fighting. We bang the bars. And we demanding showers, so they give us 2 showers. He like, man, I said, hold on, we was getting shot every day at first. How we get to this shit, you know? But the movies, the propaganda, they got to the point, he was so cold with his tactics. He would do these, before they execute people on death row. And they put the cell I was in Stateville, aka Deathville, I can look out the window and the green tarp before they execute somebody. My cell was I can see right there before they execute somebody. You know, so they kept me right there. Cell 7, and I was right there. And he would bring gingerbread cookies, fried chicken, and show these movies like these. They close to pornographic movie. You know what I'm saying? And right before they execute somebody. And I never forget one day he's gonna do a double execution. Daryl Stewart and Walter. Daryl and Walter. I mean, these two names. I never forget these names. It was November. Forgot what year it was. So everybody wanted, you know, they're gonna get a stay. You know, stay is like a continuous, like, you know, they're gonna execute him. This guy named Chris, I never forget it. He gets up, he bang on the door to the guard. He said, "Hey man, where our cookies and and chicken? Don't y'all want to be executing somebody today?"
Damn.
Mm.
I
I come to the door, I said, "Damn, Chris, what if they had forgot, made a mistake?" I say, "You know, we dare not forget your cookies and chicken."
Damn.
I said, "This dude got you so." I said, "You asking for a motherfucker to get executed," and then we was in isolation, so we had no TV. But I was watching the movies, how the control they would do. You know what I'm saying? What type of movie they would show. He was cold with it. You know what I'm saying? And Commandante Ernesto Che Guevara in the Cuban Revolution has said that the role of the propagandist can be as important as that of the guerrilla. The role of the propaganda can be as important as that of the guerrilla. That whole, like, you know, and I don't look at movies the same, be on the set of Judas and Black Messiah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm listening to you, something you said, like, I can imagine, I know it's difficult, you know what I'm saying? And like, when you watch the movie, not only difficult, but you see your eyes trained to see stuff that the naked eye won't even see. You know, you be like, I tell you, I can't look at a commercial, like, oh, well, they got that right there, and this right here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like I tell people, like, with boxing, after you get in the ring, you look at 2 minutes different. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I got in the ring in Galesburg Prison, you know what I'm saying, with Goose. And them 2 minutes, so now I look at boxing, I don't be, man, come on, dude, I'm humble, you know what I'm saying? Because you be like, you never get in the ring 2 minutes, like, man, what's the problem? It's a movie, you be in there, you see that movie set, the stuff that 2 minutes, I'm flashbacking what you hear, you know what I'm saying? I shot man in one take, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You did one take. You know what I'm saying? But the work that goes into that, and the eye, and you know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, I remember him. You know what I'm saying? Man, Billy Ray Valentine. How, you know, you got to be not seeing from different characters. You're going to match. I always say about Denzel Washington. I say, man, he ain't got no psychological issue to go into a character like that. You know what I'm saying? And I say, I did. And then with you directing and stuff like that, you have to.
You have to be every character.
Every character.
Every character.
Yeah.
And that's piggyback off of what
you
said. I didn't see that meeting.
Yeah.
But after I watched Judas and the Black Messiah, I'm so meticulous about things. I go and watch the extras.
Yeah.
So, and you and me have met. I think we met about 10 years ago. And you was over on Woods, I think.
Yeah.
50-something Woods.
Inglewood, 56 Woods. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I brought you a camera. I had brought you a white camera.
Still got it, the white camera. Yep, gave it to you. This one gave it to me. Yep.
So, when we met, my friend Percy was like, "Yeah, you know that's
Little Percy.
That's Fred Hampton's son."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You lying?"
Did.
Yeah, and my mother taught me about Fred Hampton.
Did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when I did the research on him, what really amazed me was how young that brother was.
Yeah.
And you just described what power was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so when I watched the movie, and then I watched you, Daniel Kaluuya,
Yes.
and the director, y'all was discussing it.
Yes.
And you were saying, no, see, because I had to meet the person that's going to play my father.
Yes.
I have to meet them.
Yes.
You know, else it's not going to happen.
Yes.
So when you was talking about y'all went on Madison and Keeler,
Yes.
it made me think about when we were shooting United Nations.
Yes.
I was taking the cast to places and some of them was really nervous.
Yes. Yes.
Bro, you know this O Block.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And O Block is considered the most dangerous community
Yes.
in Chicago right
Out of towners, y'all can Google your O Block. Yep.
Roadblock.
Yep.
Well, what we did was we didn't just go there. We was on Madison and Pulaski.
Yes.
Lake and Pulaski.
Yes.
We filmed in all the neighborhoods that most directors are scared to go shoot.
Yes.
You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? And then we got in there and we didn't go to the clean area.
Yes.
We went right there in the gutter because
Yes.
this is what this is about.
Yes.
If we gonna talk about the nations in Chicago,
Yes.
organizations in Chicago, we gotta talk about
Yes.
it for real.
Yes.
Like for real, for real.
Yes.
So we was ready.
Yes.
I mean, we was prepped like, hey,
Yes.
if they come up at us, you know, we ready. But
Yes.
I think this film was supposed to be made because it was smooth selling all the way through.
Man.
Smooth selling
Right
all
on.
the way through.
Yeah.
And then some of the guys in those communities was coming and embracing it.
Yeah.
You know, and then we realized, see, the politicians want you to look at it as all of them are savages.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not, man.
Yeah.
It's not even a rotten apple in a bunch.
Dig.
Because some of them, if you just go up and listen,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
when he talking to you and you listen,
Mm-hmm.
you could detour.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally detour him because he want to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes somebody just need to be hugged.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't got that real model in their life.
Dig.
And they don't got that person in their life
Dig.
to stand on them and say, go to school
Dig.
or do whatever. Me and Eric Mays and Cedric was talking in the car. There's people who own Fortune 500 companies with no education,
Dig.
but they require you to have an education to work for them.
Huh. Dig that.
You know?
Yeah.
So you look at the dynamics of how everything is and the political moves they make.
Yes.
Cedric won the 312 Music Awards for Best Album of the Year.
Right on.
Because it was politics at the table,
Huh.
they took that from him.
Dig that.
Because
Dig that.
and this is our problem as us. You can have two Caucasians who hate each other guts sitting at this table,
Yeah.
Speak that.
and one African American
Yep.
sitting at the table, and all three of them going for the same job. Them two gonna come together
Yeah.
to fight against that African American.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you'll have one Caucasian sitting at that table and two brothers, and them two brothers gonna fight each other.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's the programming we
Yes.
program.
Yeah.
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 And
Yeah.
you looked at Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
The brother they had play the guy who killed himself after they did the documentary.
Lakeith Stanfield, he played William O'Neal. Our position is that the government killed him. They say,
Well,
yeah.
That his character was the character I focused on mostly in
Huh.
the movie, because it was like he was doing this against his will, but did it on his own free will in the court. And waited years after the chairman was assassinated to come out and exploit it, and then went home and murdered himself.
Let me get the actual deal is we fought to the show opposite because he actually owned two gas stations right in Maywood. The government gave him two gas stations, and he we fought to have it. They took him out because he did an interview on Al Prowse to do another one, and they get through with you, it's a wrap. And, one time in the Cook County Jail. They had locked the jail down. This dude had grew up with William O'Neal was coming to the county jail, and so we back and forth. I get the word out. Man, I really want to. I want to talk to this cat. You know what I'm saying? Some questions I want to ask. So this was in 1990. So this before the Kim Kardashian plastic surgery. The plastic surgery was like not common. So he get on this. He bring him on the deck. So they know. So. Guy, we sit at the table. So with the guards leave and stuff, so I pick his brain. I said, "You grew up with dude?" He said, "Yeah." And so he was giving me a little background on him. You know what I'm saying? He said, the type of dude was. He said, "But what really hit him is when he saw William O'Neal later on. He said it really upped his respect for Chairman Fred and the Black Panther Party. I said, why is that? He said, he said he didn't recognize William O'Neal. It blew his mind that they would get someone like, he said he never thought, like, that was, he couldn't believe they gave it. He grew up with this dude. He didn't recognize him. And I remember me and my mother went to his funeral, O'Neal's funeral, to pay our disrespects. I remember us looking in the cast and she's like, whoa, that ain't him. You know what I'm saying? And we stressed in the movie that they show that they point out that, you know, with the government coming to the Black Panther Party, because a lot of us do not believe that we are worthy of being under attack. You know what I'm saying? You paranoid. You know what I'm saying? This house right here, the chairman, he was 13 going on 14 when the government put a wiretap on this house right here. He was 13 years old going on 14. He took the junior NAACP from about 7 to 300 members, 7.5 month time period. When they called to put a wiretap on this house, and the DC Bureau thought it was a typo. They called back and said, wait a minute, you made a typo. He's not that young. This guy's 13 going on 14 years old. And to put that in, you know what I'm saying? And it's important also people understand O'Neal's around that same age too. I think he's a year too old than the chairman. But to put that in context of what we dealing with, there's our potential, you know what I'm saying? Who we are, it's like the plantation, like a dog-manny dog breed. They can tell you who you are, you know what I'm saying? And they had a psychological profile on O'Neal, you know what I'm saying? From his father, everything, who they approach, you know what I'm saying? And that really, like I said, to us, we really don't believe that they like a pimp gotta tell a prostitute, you ain't shit. You don't get to take her, because it come to grips, whoa, if it ain't me, if I ain't here, you won't exist. You know what I'm saying? Right. With our people, they gotta take away any value, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so like in the movie, Martin Sheen, who played J. Edgar Hoover, him saying that, you know what I'm saying? The number one threat, you know what I'm saying? They said the Black Panther Party represents the number one threat to the internal security of the United States since the Civil War. Yes. We're talking about a group of brothers and sisters basically range from age 14 to 24 years old. Wow. Sister went to grammar school with him across the street, she told me. She said, we 12 years old. She said, me and him was in the same class for a number of years. She said, he see the white kids swimming in the swimming pool over there. No black children ain't got no swimming pool. She said he take us. She said he get these sticks and cardboard. I said, what? She said, you heard me? Twigs. Get some cardboard. They go to the police station and they protesting. The police throw tear gas out there at him. She said he 12 years old. He took the tear gas canister and threw it back in the police station. They study that. You know what I'm saying? And the one of the most famous, the case right there on that corner, the ice cream truck robbery case they gave him. The brother who I spoke at his funeral a few years back. He came out and said he the one that done it. They said we want Chairman Fred. They say he took $71 worth of ice cream from the ice cream truck. Good humor. That's why to this day we don't even patronize Good Humor to this very day. He gave it to the children, and you know what I'm saying? And he said, man, they made me, even though they lied on me, they made me have to be a Robin Hood type of thief. So I gave it to the people. Sent them to Stateville prison, Stateville. At that time, they would call you by your number, not your name. Whenever they approached him, if he responded, his only response was, I'm Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton, Illinois Chapter Chairman of the Black Panther Party. That was the only response he gave him. Because they call you by a number, and then they transfer him to Menard. Because he was criminally mentally insane. I met the guys that was down there with him in Menard. And I was there in 1999. And they told me their own mouth. They plan was to hit the chairman for the administration. They said, man, once he got to pop in their politics, they literally turned their back, told the warden, man, we on Chairman Fred's security. Anything on him, we hold you accountable for. The stance he took, similar to the stance that Minister U.P. Newton took about not taking a job and doing a soul breaker. They changed the rules. That's why they got to call you by your last name in the joints in Illinois in particular. Because the stance he took. He got out on the appeal on August 13, 1969. He did ground this thing, really stand further, you know what I'm saying? And I know I kind of went off on a tangent, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's important. And I think even the O'Neal narrative should be clear that when they get through using you, it's a wrap.
And that's what I was
it's focused
on, like how they did that.
Let me tell you something else real quick. Put them on, front them off, Deputy Field Marshal. We go down to the movie set. We put them on a movie set. Now, Lakeith Stanfield, he played. You see the movie Using Black Messiah?
I saw it, yeah.
The one who played William O'Neal. He portrayed William O'Neal, the major informant, agent provocateur of the Black Panther Party. So Lakeith Stanfield playing informant. We get down on the movie set. Now, first of all, they didn't film in Chicago, they filmed in Cleveland. We had some struggles with that. You know what I'm saying? So I said, now how can we do damage control? So I said, people from Chicago got to be in this movie. So we so everybody meet the Hampton House next morning on Facebook. They come. We get down there. So I'm to the side talking. Here comes the Black Panther Party Cubs. That's our organization. Unconsciously, the sister who played my mother, they automatically on security for her. Yeah. So the guy who playing William O'Neal, they throwing his chair down. You know what I'm saying? And so he looking like, what the fuck? So I said, whoa, come on. So he like, man, I said, man, because I they know the depth of the characters they playing. I said, it's still some heat here, man. This is hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and he had to get psychiatric help. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, this is people how they still view him. He was like, man. So we had to have a whole sit down. I tell the guy, I said, listen, comrade, the man playing a role. You know what I'm saying? And it was difficult. One time we went to the elevator. The ones who played the police, the Negro police, the Saturday chairman, they did such good on wardrobe and they acting. We walked into the weather. I'm like, whoa. I can't be around y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just seen this scene. I can't be around y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because when you watch it, it's a movie you
Okay,
can't blink
I'm
on. You know?
I ain't got no pen, ain't no card.
It's not
Give
that
me
you
my,
can't blink and you'll miss something, but you just want to see every inch, every word, everything, and they depicted it.
Yeah.
So big shout out to that director, man. He worked out.
Shout out to my radio station too.
Yeah. Before you go, sis, let us know who you are, and we gonna say we both gave him a little A for this. Throw a few questions. I know you gotta make a run, but I'm gonna get on there with you. Tell us who you are and what you got going on, and we gonna and that commitment we got from you about helping us set this thing around
Hey,
here.
I'm most definitely gonna help you get it together.
Right on.
Okay, let me just put my.
Okay.
Most definitely. Man, I remember.
Hold on. I'm gonna give her a shout out. She's gonna leave out.
I'm about to go in the road.
Okay.
Okay, so my name is Sadie Starr. I'm from WSWC Internet Radio. I have a radio station that's in Homewood, Illinois.
Okay.
And
That's
also,
what, 45 minutes, 30 minutes from Chicago?
Like 45, 30 minutes.
Homewood, okay.
Homewood, Illinois.
Yeah.
Also, I have a TV station as well.
Yeah.
On Roku, however y'all pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's called Stan TV.
Stan TV.
Stan, STAND.
Y'all check that out.
So you can download it for free. Also go to my website and you can subscribe to my website as well. Everything is free. And you can hear your favorite 80s and 90s music. You know, when we be heating up the airwaves.
Some music.
Yes.
Man. I gotta finish being on the other shit. Man, I don't even talk about that right now. That shit get me so drained that.
Yeah. No, it's good 80s and 90s.
No. I'm acknowledging that. No, I'm saying as opposed to these children gotta have now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I ain't been. I'm acknowledging that your stuff.
Yeah.
No,
I got to represent.
This is some music is that. No, even the worst in that period of time can't compare. Man, I mean, I know a lot of y'all we won't be detached. Literally, the song is a big I told we don't listen to our youth though, eating some ass.
Yeah.
That's the shit that's the popular, video, everything. Whatever the worst thing, this shit is, man. But man, okay. Now, give us that website and all that again.
Okay, you can go to my website at www.wswtinternetradio.com. Subscribe to the station; it's free of charge. Also, Stan TV, where I did the 312 Awards too. I was on that. I got the 312 Awards on Stan TV. I was doing interviews, so yeah.
So that's on Roku, and you go to Stan TV.
Yes, download Stan TV.
Download Stan TV.
Yes.
All right.
Also, we got a lot of great things we got going on the station. I do podcasts from 10:30 a.m. to 12 o'clock. So we be, just putting out facts and stuff. We're trying to rebuild the Black community. That's what I'm about. I'm not about all that other stuff. I'm all about rebuilding our communities and for try to help mothers. Even though I'm not perfect, but just giving facts and information out there for Black mothers to come together and start raising their kids right. Because Chicago in the suburbs is a mess right now, and we need some rebuilding back in our community.
No doubt.
That's what I'm all about. I'm all about rebuilding. I'm all about just loving our stuff again. Because we lost ourselves somewhere in a bundle. We lost ourselves. So I just put facts out there. I have people come on my show. They talk about great things.
Yes.
And I'm going to say this before I go.
Yes.
The crazy thing about it, yesterday, I was interviewing this guy, which is Do or Die nephew. and he was on my show. His
Do
name
It
Mud
Die.
Life. Yes,
Chicago.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And I was interviewing him, and we got on Fred Hammond, and also we started talking about you,
Did.
which was ironic. And so Dred called me yesterday, like, I'm going over Fred Hammond's Junior's house tomorrow. You want to go with him? I'm like, sure. Also, I'm doing his reality show too. I'm producing his
That's
reality
Dreadhead
show.
Cowboy.
It's called Cuffing the Cowboys. So I'm going to be producing the show, and it's coming out. We're gonna start filming like in 2 weeks. So yeah.
Wow.
It's gonna be pretty cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna be picking your brain with the podcast. Cause we finna up there and we finna do like this. Picking your brain.
I got you. Just
Yeah,
call me.
yeah,
Got
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Got you.
yeah. Y'all again, man. Y'all subscribe with this sister got going on. I'm glad. Look at this here. This one even playing. You know what I'm saying? Dreadhead Cowboy came in, man. And we all so it's resources in our community, y'all. So this is right on. Yeah. So you make sure you stay in connect. Let me give you the direct line. I got your contact. We live in the record Freedom on Radio at the Hampton House, the historical Hampton House show. Clear y'all calendars for August 30th.
Yes, sir.
The Chairman Fred Street. I think we're gonna go 30th and 31st because people come in town. I don't want to just kick them. We put it right back out. But I want to throw some ideas out there for this whole thing about Billy Ray Valentine. I guess like we want to some with the movies in the park or something. This I mean like man, I want to really do this, y'all. They're and I tell you like everything. Like I seen somebody talking about doing these drive-ins again. That was a discussion coming up.
Yeah,
I wish they had that again.
They started.
What?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do like in
they
some-
trying to do it. They trying to do it upscale though, but
Yeah.
they got one on the rooftop downtown.
Yeah.
A rooftop?
Yeah, it's nice. I've been there before.
Rooftop
So I try to
I've
call.
actually been there before. It's nice.
Save me in now. Yep. So
Okay, I got you.
please.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
No,
Yeah,
thank
y'all
you.
looking for a home too, for y'all movies or y'all plays, whatever it may be. I'm the door to open it for y'all. So,
Watch out now.
Let
Okay.
me know.
All right, we'll go kick man. Man, y'all heard that live in the record. Yo, since we gonna she's gonna be helping again. We got her on record. Said she's gonna help us with this thing.
I got you.
Right,
I'm
right
working
on,
my word.
right on, sis, right on.
Thank you.
Love, respect. That film you got to go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Y'all listen. Hey, the Hampton House, y'all. We live in direct, y'all.
I'm gonna tell Billy I saw you.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Get my look. Yeah.
Most definitely.
We network. Come on, sir. Yeah. We network and everything. Give him a call or something too, since maybe she stay in contact. Yeah, that's
Okay.
all right. Hey, what's your? Somebody asked what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is
Sadie.
SADIE
SADIE
is blessed with
is blessed
with the D at the end.
with a D at the end.
Sadie is blessed.
Sadie is blessed.
Yep.
Right on. So I just asked.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
Check me out, y'all.
Y'all check
We're
out.
gonna build our communities back. We're gonna do this together.
Believe
Give
that.
you a call too.
Okay, give me a
Got
call.
some ideas.
Right on.
All right, thank you.
Man, no, thank you, sis. Let's make history, take history, and take history, y'all.
No doubt.
Man, legends in the building, man.
Man.
We all gonna be at next Wednesday, y'all. 5:30. We all gonna be at North Riverside.
North Riverside.
You know what I'm
Mall.
saying? I know we like, man, I don't know what to do, man. I know it probably sound old school. Go take it out on a date, you know what I'm saying? Go do a date.
Yeah,
y'all
you
go see the movies.
It's
sit
been a
down,
long time since you can go to the movies.
go
and
to the
watch
movie and watch
two
two movies.
for the price of one.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
5:30.
I'm having flashbacks
Riverside Mall.
when I guess I can talk about it now.
Go
I was a child. My mom, we went there. She got have our food stash. You know what I'm saying? I was a youngster, though. You know what I'm saying? The family, you know, so y'all do that. Y'all commit to that next Wednesday, y'all. Go ahead, my brother.
Straight up, it's 5:30 is the red carpet. Red carpet started at 5:30. Movie started at 6 p.m. It's two movies. Theotis first. That's the newest film we just done, starring Cedric Wilboy Collins, and then United Nations. You know, and I think that's a movie. I think if you out here in these streets, if you out here, trying to survive, come on. Come check us out, because this is something I think all our young brothers and sisters need to look at, pay attention to, because we took it back to the structure. We took it back to what nations really are, because in our day we weren't gangs.
Fighting
We were
words.
nations.
Fighting words.
We were gangs.
You said gangs. What?
We were nations. We was organized. Everybody had their stuff together. You know what I'm saying? And it was the politics that made it bad. You know what I mean? It was the politics and social media and these video games and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
two things I want to do. One, I want to get one of these youngsters, one of these techies, the youngsters. I want to do like to flip them the Grand Theft Auto with create a game that we, you know what I'm saying, like showing some, you know, like some us doing some good in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people, I'm saying is, go listen, y'all. I was in Iowa with the case of, I forgot the sister's name. The grandmother, she just happened to see her first time seeing Grand Theft Auto. It was mind blowing her. You know what I'm saying? How realistic it was. You see these cases. I'm talking. It's literally. I mean, encouraging, showing. You wonder why these shorties jumping out on these. Why they just kill? You know what I'm saying? They just ain't taking cars. They killing people. This you'll be take Grand Theft Auto, and also like a lawsuit against these people who create this. The white people is in San Francisco and other parts of California. They launched a big, massive lawsuit. They saying no. Our daughter Amy ain't nobody no household mister. They suing TikTok. They say what you have embedded to our child. It's a major lawsuit. And I just seen something with some psychiatrist is talking about this. See, like, man, we flatter ourselves, say, oh, this is children on their own. I'm grown. That stuff, man, you turn on Instagram, listen, man, we grew up to a man, a woman's shirt, her collarbone wasn't even showing that much. You know what I'm saying, man?
Right.
I'm talking about.
And we talk about this.
Man.
We talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
Me and the team. You know, we talk about it like the overexposure and the things that's accepted today that was taboo back then. Look, just pay attention to this. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
We watch shows like Snowfall,
Yeah.
Power, all these shows of violence.
Yeah.
And the one thing they put in there next to the violence is homosexuality. Look, you can be whatever you want to be, however you want to be it. But to propagize that on my child, you know, they got TV kid shows now that's showing the puppets in homosexuality. And these some of the people that our children look up to are enticing their children to follow along with that.
Billy Crystal.
Yeah, from Soap, right?
Soap. Yeah, I know y'all remember that. Man, that's when you tell how old you is. Come on, at 10 o'clock at night, and that crazy, you know what I'm saying, Bert, Billy Crystal, Benson, Billy Crystal, who, I mean, openly acknowledges he's homosexual.
Right.
He said, there's some other stuff going on here.
It is.
He said, it's not even about the agenda. Like, there's certain things you look, you say, okay, if the movie ain't about, it's not about Crips and Bloods. Why is all this thing about so much red and blue fighting each other? You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
If it's nothing connected to you, it's whoa, what is going on here? You know what I'm saying? And the deal is like, you shouldn't be bombarded with, you know, like I say, even the music and certain things, how you live your heterosexuality. To be bombarded with something, you know, like I tell people, our party line is we don't give no fuck who you fucking, long as you don't fuck over the people. But you had to say at some point, so I said, sister told me the other day, they had this thing, they told me the 11-year-old girl, I flipped past Instagram yesterday. I couldn't believe it. This lady walked through a mall. And I said, I know she, and like you, I mean, I ain't doing no pant, no nothing. I'm just, I said, this can't be for real. Nothing, you know what I'm saying? And he just showed it like this. I said, man,
the sad thing, bro, is the bystanders just standing there and look. They filming it.
Yeah.
Or they filming it.
And City of God, another phenomenal movie. She said, when they took him on the stick-up, she said, after the third time, it becomes routine.
Yeah.
I say, man.
So imagine from 1997 till now with the internet. Look, I mean, look what's exposed. Look what you can literally Your child today, a phone is a babysitter.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You just give a 3-year-old a
That's
phone,
it.
and he'll sit there
Yeah, yeah.
and he got
Yeah.
access to anything he wants
Anything
on
he
the
want.
phone. And the internet has no range.
No boundaries.
It has no boundaries.
Yeah.
I seen 8 years ago where they were showing over in Mexico where the cartels was chopping heads off and putting them on fence posts.
Yeah.
The heads was put on fence posts, and this stuff is exposed to a young growing mind.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
young growing
Yeah.
mind. A young growing mind is the most delicate mind. in the world.
Man.
So you got a kid, 14 years old,
Man,
that's
impressionable.
playing Grand Theft Auto
Man.
every day after school, and he can pull up, jump out,
Pull up, jump out, go have
murder
sex.
somebody, jump in the car,
Go in the car.
go through a real high
Yeah.
speed chase.
Yeah.
Police catch him, he get out, blast the police,
Yep.
get up out of there.
And if he gets shot, he can press restart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing they're not teaching them.
Yeah.
That when you get shot, it ain't no restart.
Ain't no restart. Ain't no restart.
And it's all propaganda.
Ain't no restart. I think I somebody said about chess one time. Dude say, man, chess like the game of life. And dude said, well, I don't know. He say, remember, with chess, you're dealing with just pieces. In life, you're dealing with emotions. You're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, you're dealing with people with damage. I said, damn, he got a point there. He said, you got your pawn. He said, okay, man, go here. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with different personalities in life. I said, that's a good point. Now, you talking about these games, I'm telling you, it's a whole different level.
And look at the game Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
They program them to say, yeah, I want to go to war and kill.
Man,
I want to go to war and fight.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Mercenaries, though, they ain't even going to war.
Right. They just and these people, these companies produce this stuff, and they produce it to so close to reality till the mindset be like, man, I'm gonna go out here, dude on Facebook talking crazy, let's ride over there right now
Yeah.
and murk them.
Yeah,
And then they're not telling them about when that shorty, there was a young lady played in the United Nations. Her name is Yayo Royale. And she was murdered in California while making the movie.
wow.
It was a mass shooting in California, January 28th. And I think we had just filmed the scene over here.
Wow.
And then we left here and we went over to Garfield Park and shot the scene. That was the last time I saw her. And
Damn.
she went out there to a listening party. And she got killed. The car was shot 62 times.
Damn.
And they was in Beverly Crest, right outside of Beverly Hills, California. And
What's her name again?
her name is Yayo Royale on Facebook.
Shout out.
Ayana is her real name, right? Yeah, Ayana is her real name.
Yeah.
But her mother called me and said, Billy, you immortalized her through your films. And at this time, the movie hadn't came out yet, and I had wrote in her character where she got killed
Wow.
in the subway.
Yeah.
So when she died in the movie, the whole theater stood up. They gave her a standing ovation.
Yeah.
But this is what killed me. The guys that killed her in California was from Chicago. They didn't even live out there.
The other two victims was from Chicago.
Yep, and the other two victims that was here. Shout out to Kim McAfee as her mother.
Shout
Kimberly
out.
McAfee.
Kim McAfee. Shout out, sister.
And she we shooting that movie and December 30th, another cast member was murdered by a 14-year-old child that was part of the cast of the film.
Damn.
And then right after we did the premiere, the last screening where you came,
Yeah.
Mac Mecca,
Mac Mecca.
he passed away.
He passed away,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? God
Yeah.
rest his soul.
No doubt.
Uh,
Long live, man.
These are the challenges that the youth today got to go through.
Yeah.
Our challenges was library.
Yeah.
You got to do your homework before you grace that threshold.
Yeah.
Go out that door. Today, kids don't have those problems.
Yeah.
There is no consequences or repercussions to their actions
Yeah.
or anything. And as people could say, it starts at home and it's the parenting. I know some great parents that did the best they could with their child. When that child got of age and started thinking for himself, he did what he wanted to do.
Real talk.
And then came home and hid it from his parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what it is it's us. I was one of those guys, bro,
Yeah.
that was out here on the block,
Yeah.
passing that pack out.
Yeah.
You know, whooping niggas for not doing what
Yeah.
the organization said do. And then when the politicians sent the government at us, we dropped the ball and we ran and we left those kids that was looking up to us.
Yeah.
See, the ones that was looking up to us, like, man, I'm finna ball like Billy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
finna get up here and ball like Billy. Well, nobody never taught them the consequences and repercussions.
Yeah.
So these shorties who out here taking lives like it's a Grand Theft Auto game,
Yeah.
they not telling them when you get in that cell at night and the door closed and
Mm-hmm.
you get quiet and now you start thinking about what you've done and you got to think about your future.
Mm-hmm.
This is your future. From now on, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and when you can do it
Real
for
talk.
the rest of your life.
Real talk.
And while doing that, you got to watch your back for the guys that's in there around you.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's telling them that part.
No.
Ain't nobody grabbing them and taking them and showing them the outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just showing them what the now is.
Yeah.
But the outcome is horrible, man.
Yeah.
And we as a people, like myself, had dropped that ball. Which is why I make movies like United Nations.
Yeah.
Which is why I make movies like Magic. You know, which is why I get out here. I ain't scared to talk. I ain't scared to say nothing to nobody.
That's right.
Because it is what it is. I dropped that ball. I left that shorty that looked up to me. I left him right there and got up out of there.
Yeah.
You know, and called myself. I'm straight. I ain't over there no more.
Yeah.
But that shorty right there, now who got him?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got him. His uncle is his customer.
Mm-hmm.
His mother and father is his friend.
Yeah.
There's no discipline in this.
Yeah. Yeah. And add to that though, it's repercussions put down on us for implementing repercussions. You know what I'm saying? On one hand, you know what I'm saying, you can't discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like the term whooping is foreign to these, you know, like these children. You know what I'm saying? And even the organization is structured like, you know, even aside from the physical repercussions, just the shame of feeling bad, like, you know, like, man, like in the joint, a lot of cats come in there, they had terms like Viking. If you ain't wash up, you know what I'm saying? You look, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that like, I lot of guys, they say learn about make their beds up through rules and you had an atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? But now it breeds individualism. Like there's a thing called page 4. I didn't know what it was until I'm in Big Muddy River, we call Big Bloody River. So they would have to like bring 2 majors and or 2 wardens to move me any place. So I'm in the shower and this one guy never got his property. So I say, man, dig, I'm not coming about this shower, man. I say, man, get through with his property. So the guards keep telling me page 4. So I said, what is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? And they say, that means do your own bit, your own time. I said, whoa. I said, I ain't getting no orientation about it. He wouldn't get, he brought it. I said, I don't want it. I said, I ain't up with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I remember this guard, the teller, George the teller, they brought these, this one brother, his name was Fred also. And they would move him the same way with me, like, you know, they have extra security and everything. So I would find myself talking to him about different stuff, you know what I'm saying, about the people. And if he wouldn't connect, I was like, damn, what, you know, I'm talking a foreign language. I said, damn, they do the same, they at you the same, they be surrounding you like they surrounding me. I said, ain't we on the same thing? And then I overheard them explain to a new guard that came in. They was going through our file. They say, that Fred, if you mess with him, you have a problem. They say, that one, Hampton Jr., if you mess with anybody over here, you have a problem out of him. I said, oh, I see the difference. I say, I thought we was on, I say, he ain't no punk, but his thing is don't fuck with him.
Right.
Spreewell, you know, like the Trail Spreewell, he checked that coach about don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I see, guys were talking, like, yeah, man. He be looking like, what are you talking about? I was like, you know, man, all the time, he like, man, I'm just a go-getter, you know what I'm saying, for himself.
Right.
You know?
While you will go get it
For the people. And I heard that when the teller explained it, he told that guy, I said, oh, now I see. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking a foreign language to this dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like Harriet Tubman trying to explain to another motherfucker who escaped about us going back. He's like, I'm getting kind of, I'm not going back. You know what I'm saying? Man, shit.
right.
Like one of my guys, he told to some disciples, some stones recently, and he told him, man, listen, I ain't finna put my life down for y'all. He said, the chairman, shit, he gonna go for all of us, whatever we, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, but that's the difference.
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And we commend those who stand up on their own back. We commend that. We
Yeah,
respect that.
yeah.
But we got to be able to recognize too that don't draw just because the person got a backbone. You know what I'm saying? It gonna get off all of us. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
Don't get it twisted.
That's true.
We gonna push it. We gonna go about 8 seconds. We couldn't cut this short, y'all. All this phenomenal energy in here. So we gonna take it to 9 o'clock, 8:52, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all lock that in at this Wednesday. So man, Wednesday, they talking red carpet.
Yes, sir. North Riverside
Mall.
At the Cineplex.
So you're arguing with your lady and say, be cool, I got something going down Wednesday.
And if you made a mistake with your lady,
Yes.
this is how you fix it. I'll be like,
You
look, I'm going to take you to a red carpet.
Red carpet, what?
You know, 5:30, red carpet start. 7201 South Harlem.
7201 South Harlem.
No, I'm sorry.
Scratch that.
7201 West Cermak. That's
Scratch
Cermak
that.
in Harlem.
Cermak and Harlem.
Yeah.
That's how my man work too. People give me address, like, no, man. I said, what is 1503 West? Man, what is it, man? Oh, okay, man. Yeah, 50, okay, yeah.
Right.
So Cermak and Harlem, we found over there, yeah.
No doubt.
Let's show our support, y'all.
Yeah, come on down and support us, man. We put our hard work in, and everybody that work with us, you know, we doing this for a cause. It is a definite cause. It's of course we want to better ourselves and our lives, but also we want to better the people that's around us, man. You know, so.
And I know these guys here. I know them personally. Y'all tell y'all between these different movie stars, you can't get to them. Damn, they gonna be there, man. Y'all can see the people. You need a big screen, like, whoa, that's him right there. Yeah, man, you holler, man, right there on the. They gonna be there.
And man, I'm talking about when we were making United Nations, we was on 79th and Cottage Grove.
Yeah.
I haven't seen nobody with a camera over there doing no movies or nothing like that. But when we was over there, man, the people, I'm talking about from the homeless people, the winos, the dope fiends, the regular people, they just joined. They were so happy we was there.
Yeah.
They joined in.
Yeah.
And they like, can we be in the movie? I'm
Yeah,
like,
man.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right on.
Just keep doing what you do.
Do what you do, y'all.
Just keep doing
Rated
what you do.
R, reality.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And we do recommend that y'all see this here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And both films are good. Theotis is the sequel to The Walk of Rufus.
Okay.
The Walk of Rufus was a film I put out last year that did real good. All our movies, at this point, we got 5 movies out on Tubi, Amazon Prime, Peacock, all of that. And we got an access stream of 6.7 billion streams on all 5 films.
I'm learning more about this movie stuff, y'all.
Man, in a minute, you're going to be like produced by the chairman.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
And Walker Rufus got the Canes Award.
Yeah, Walker Rufus got the Canes Award.
Right on. Right
And
on.
that's one of the biggest film festival awards in the world.
Come on now.
You know,
Wednesday,
Wednesday, May 31st.
May 31st.
North Riverside Mall.
North Riverside Mall. Come on, man.
Cineplex. 5:30, red carpet.
See y'all there, man.
Beat me there.
Real talk.
Don't meet me
Real
there.
talk. Real talk.
No doubt.
Give us some contact information, you know what I'm saying?
Billy Ray Valentine all the way across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You know, it's just Billy Ray Valentine. On Twitter, you can say Billy Ray Valentine or Black Dad. Either way, it's gonna come up me.
And the door is always open for you, my brothers.
Man, I appreciate
You know what I'm saying? Love and respect y'all. Y'all make sure y'all like that in. Another phenomenal episode of Free 'em All Radio, man.
Free 'em all.
Man, Free 'em All. Love and respect y'all. Sister Conrad, what you got to take us on out? Man, this is a hell of a show. I need to see y'all on deck next Wednesday. So I might be going live, you know what I'm saying? After I come out this premiere, the red carpet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Real talk.
Shout out to the Singles Film and Music Entertainment family. everybody.
Shout
All
out.
of you.
Yes, indeed. Sister Conrad, you still there? Fremont, give me something to take us on out for the last. So you right. That sound like Chairman Fred Hampton, y'all. Y'all take that in, soak it in, put in your political pause. Same time, same station, y'all. Love and respect what's the call. Free them all.
Nah.
Right on.
Yes, man. And then Daniel, he studied your dad.
I'm talking about just a regular conversation. I'm not even saying.
Man, listen.
Yeah.
Hey, he internalized.
You said they would knock the man shit out.
Man, with that food to people, man.
So before we know y'all gone, right?
Man. So can't take them nowhere.